Well, I want to start with the game Saturday. These guys spread you out. Guys come from the sidelines, and I think the receiver core looks really, really good.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest challenge? What do they do well? What do you guys have to do to slow them down?
Well, I would say the biggest challenge is just being able to adjust to their wide splits, their unique offense. There's some things that they do to spreading us out and try to lighten up the box to run the ball. They got some speedy guys. They got a good receiver core over there at Utah State, but I think with our prep and our preparation throughout this week will put us in a good spot to be successful.
Extra motivation, and what even is extra motivation? Maybe that Spencer Danielson's bringing to this practice. Just what can you tell us emotionally, psychologically, where this team is now getting ready to ball for Coach D?
Yeah, just knowing who Coach D is, the amount of emotion, the effort, and how he shows up every single day. That's who he's been from when I got here, and just him taking over as head coach just is giving us the motivation to just want to be successful for him, having us to just bringing positive vibes to the practice every single day, to the meetings every single day whenever we wake up. It's just we're extremely excited to have him as an interim head coach.
Did this team need that, in your opinion? You've been here a long time. I mean, do you guys need that adjustment, the mentality from the head coach?
Yeah, I think it's always a positive thing to always have positive energy around you, and him bringing it in every single day. Coach D, as a guy, you just know that he cares. He cares a lot. He's pouring into the guys every single day, pouring into the kickers, pouring into the offense. Like, that's just who he is. So with him showing up every single day like that, just helps us be able to play fast, play physical, and just want to come in and do the right thing.
Markel, this might be a complicated question, but I'm curious your opinion to it. So, with everything that's going on in college football today, what do you think are the characteristics that make a good head coach?
I would say just showing that you care, showing that you're able to pour into your athletes, creating relationships, creating a bond with your players, and just having that type of a relationship all around just makes a team more bonded together, and so you guys can just lock arms and take off.
It's so interesting because I think maybe once upon a time you wanted somebody that knew. I mean, obviously a head coach knows football and the X's and O's and stuff like that, but like there are other parts of being a head coach that would you say maybe are as important, if not more important than that?
Yeah, I think being a head coach, I think you just have to be a great leader of men. It's more than just knowing the X's and O's of football. You got to be able to. There's a lot of things that involve being a head coach. Obviously, I'm not a head coach, but I know that there's things that you have to do extra past just football, being able to lead the staff, being able to lead the players, and ultimately being a leader of men, like I said. So,
How do you think it's going to be different? Coach D's still calling the D, but he's going to be on the sidelines doing the head coaching thing.
He said you better look out for him too. He might come get you.
What do you think's going to be different? Coach D's been in the box every game of your career. Now he won't be.
I think I'm extremely excited myself personally to see him on the sideline and him call the plays. Just getting a different look from him, because we haven't seen him on the sideline, like you said, since I've been here. And I think him operating through the sideline, calling the plays on the sideline, and being ultimately stepping in and being a head coach on the sideline is going to be an exciting experience for him, for us as a team. I think it'll be fun.
Markel, on the most recent depth chart, Jalen Neal's name kind of popped up on it. I know that he got in that Colorado State game and has had some playing time since then even. But what can you tell us about him? I mean, from the limited time in practice, kind of seems like a little fiery dude. He also seems a little hard on himself at times. I'm not going to lie if you watch him. What can you tell us about Jalen Neal?
Yeah, Jalen Neal, he's a guy that's going to give you everything he has day in and day out. He's a guy that's hard on himself, very critique-wise on himself. He's a guy that's going to make plays. And, you know, he doesn't get as many reps, so when he gets in, it's kind of hard to adjust him, being able to get warm, be able to get in the rhythm of things. But recently he's been getting more playing time, so he's been making good of his playing time, so that's why he's going to see the field more.
Utah State runs really fast. They try to move it as fast as possible. Do you think having the signals coming immediately from him as opposed from the box, will that give you a 0.2 or 0.3 of a second maybe to help you guys line up and get what you need to do?
Yeah, so us knowing that they go really fast, there's times that on film, you catch the sticks not even being set up, how fast they move. But throughout the week, we prepare for situations like this. Coach D does a really good job of us getting the calls in and having certain calls so we can operate when they're moving that fast.
From all accounts, Saturday or Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, your guys' focus had turned on to finishing strong. What do you guys have to do to make sure you finish this season strong, and what was that kind of shift in from the sudden shock on Sunday morning like?
Yeah, it's just knowing that the goal is still on the table with the Mountain West. We're still in the race, so we just know that if we finish strong, that there's an opportunity for us to still play in that championship and bring a championship to the Blue. That's the ultimate goal. That's the focus. And whatever happens after the season, we're going to lock in for what's happening now and just finish for the seniors, finish for our brotherhood, and being able to just bring that championship back to the Blue, because we still have the opportunity to do so.
We talked to Riley and Cade, and they can't come back.
Yeah.
You have your COVID year. What's in your head right now, weighing your options, and maybe are you more likely to stick around if it is Spencer Danielson head coach? What are you thinking about your future? Is this it, possibly?
No, so I definitely plan on returning, coming back. But right now my focus is on finishing this season, the last 2 weeks, being able to finish with these guys and ultimately bring a championship back to the Blue. I don't want to think about what I personally want to do after 6. That's just going to distract me from ultimately beating Utah State, being 1-0 this week. So.
What have you seen out of Ahmed over these last 2 months? I mean, he's gone from a guy who shut out in sacks the first couple of games, and he's had one in just about every one since then, and now he's up near the top of the Mountain West as a pass rusher.
Yes, Ahmed's a phenomenal athlete. He's a guy who shows it, comes in, shows up, put in the effort in the meeting room, and it just correlates to the field. He's a guy that's always going to put in his 100% effort on the field, and ultimately always try to get back to the quarterback. He's progressed these last few weeks as a dominant guy on our D line, so I'm excited to see what he's going to do against Utah State.
Is he kind of like the epitome of what it means to be relentless? I mean, like the guy just keeps going, it seems like.
Yeah, Ahmed is definitely a relentless guy in practice, in the facility, on the field. He just doesn't stop. Whatever it is, he has a very positive motor, but just wants to keep going all the time. So.
What have you seen from Genty this week in practice that maybe popped your eye a little bit?
Genty, he's just back healthy. He's back moving good, and we're excited to see him.
With throughout this whole process, Markel, we heard Ahmed. Spencer said Ahmed would text him and just check in on him. Is there anything you had to do with, whether it be just your position group or any checking in or any extra things that you've done this week given the change?
Yeah, just the extra preparation, just being bought in more, just being able to focus on the little things, focus on the things that we can control as far as going into this preparation this week. So we're excited for the challenge.
Thanks, Markel.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Thanks, Markel.
Appreciate you guys.